Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Conversa. I'm teacher Shelby. This is your place to learn, practice, and actually speak English with confidence. I'm so excited to have you here today. We're going to do something really fun and useful for your English learning. It's a tour of my kitchen. We'll explore this very important room and learn the names of many things you can find in the kitchen. Learning kitchen vocabulary is super practical because everyone uses the kitchen and everyone needs to eat. Let's get started. All right, we're going to start today with the big things in the kitchen, especially the appliances. This first one is really, really important. This is my refrigerator. Refrigerator. But everyone in English calls it a fridge. You can say, my fridge, right? This is where I keep food like milk, eggs, fruits, vegetables. It keeps everything cold so that they can stay fresh. Have a look. And right next to the fridge is the freezer. This is the freezer. We keep food frozen in the freezer, like ice cream, frozen vegetables, maybe meat, ice, right? It's much colder than the fridge. Right next to my fridge, it's not an appliance, but it's a pantry. This is called the pantry, and it's where I keep all my dry good foods like canned foods, things I cook with like rice or pasta or even cereal. Anything that doesn't need to be refrigerated or frozen, I keep in the pantry. Okay, next up for our big appliances, this is my stove. That's the top part, the stove with burners. My stove has 4 burners and it's where I cook food in pots. This is a pot and pans. This is a pan or a frying pan, right? For example, I can boil water for pasta on the stove, or I can fry eggs, right? Below the stove, under the stove, this large box, this is the oven. And I use my oven to bake things like cookies, cakes, or pizza. Next up, we have the microwave. Above my stove, I have a microwave, and I use it to heat food really fast. Over here, this is the sink. The sink. I use the sink to wash dishes. I wash my hands or I clean fruits and vegetables. And the part where the water comes out, this is called a faucet. Faucet. And next to the sink, I have where I put my dishes to dry. This is a drying rack. Drying rack. Now, a lot of Americans, next to their sink, they have a dishwasher, right? After they eat, the dishwasher washes and cleans all the dirty dishes automatically for them, and it saves so much time. Sadly, I don't have a dishwasher. Now let's look at a few things I have on my countertop. This is called a counter or a countertop, right? So a few smaller appliances that I have that I use all the time are my rice maker. This is my rice maker. I love to make rice, and it actually cooks all kinds of different things. It's a pressure cooker. It can cook meat. It can slow cook. It's amazing. But I mostly use it for rice. Another small appliance I have is called a blender. This is a blender, right? It blends up food. I can use it to make smoothies or milkshakes, right? This is called a blender. Another very important item in my kitchen is a kettle or a tea kettle, or sometimes we call it a teapot. I use this to boil hot water to make tea. And maybe the most important thing in my whole kitchen, that is my little coffee maker. I use my coffee maker every single morning. One more appliance I almost forgot about. This is my toaster, and it does a lot of really cool things. It's also an air fryer. I use it to toast bread, to cook all different kinds of things really, really quickly. It's kind of like a mini oven. It's awesome. Now it's time to open a few drawers in my kitchen. We have spoons, forks, knives, and chopsticks. This is all silverware. Another important drawer, this is where I have my cooking utensils like spatulas and tongs and spoons or ladles, even a pizza cutter and a meat thermometer. The next drawer to explore, we have measuring cups and straws, a whisk, a spatula, and clips for chip bags. This drawer holds a can opener, another meat thermometer, some aluminum foil, and parchment paper and wax paper. I can use these for baking or for saving my food, my leftovers, for later. I'm back in front of the camera. Let me open a couple cabinets. These are called cabinets. And here I keep things like plates. I have lots of plates, bowls, even paper bowls and paper plates for easy cleanup after a meal. In this cabinet, I keep all my cups, lots and lots of cups, even some plastic cups, or of course, I have plenty of coffee mugs. Here's another important cabinet where I keep things like all different types of glass and plastic bowls. These bowls are for mixing bowls. I use them when I make brownies or I mix up dough for bread. And I have all different sizes of bowls and food containers. I can use these when I meal prep, when I make meals ahead of time, or when I want to save my leftovers for later and put them in the fridge to eat tomorrow. Wow, that's our kitchen tour. We learned so many English words for the kitchen today. Let's see, I have 3 things to show you, and you tell me in the comments if you know what they're called in English. First is this. It's a big piece of glass, but I use it to cut vegetables and fruits. Do you know what this is called? Let's see. The second item is this. I use this to take hot things out of the oven. What's this called in English? And the third item is this. What's this called? I use it to wash fruits and vegetables in the sink. If you know these items in English, let me know in the comments. Thanks for joining me today in my kitchen. I hope it was a fun tour and you learned a lot of new vocabulary. Now don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who's learning English. And if you want a full house tour, if you missed that video, you can check it out here. I'll see you next week. Bye!